Hello and welcome back to the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. I'm Lauren Drapo. Thank you so much for joining us today. This week we'll be looking into students' thoughts on a potential ban of one particular social media platform, recapping recent student advocacy that took place regarding the Israel and Palestine conflict. We bring you yet another edition of Ocean State Eats, this one a bit closer to home for our on-campus students, and be sure to stick around for your Roadie Sports Corner. On Wednesday, March 13th, the House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed a bill to force a national ban against social media platform TikTok if it doesn't split from its parent company. The platform claims to have 170 million U.S. users. However, due to concerns of security risks, talk of restricting its access in America has appeared in recent years. Additional questions have popped up about its influence on American politics after the October Hamas attacks in 2023. President Biden has claimed support of the bill, but the Senate remains stuck in committee. According to the Washington Post, several lawmakers insist that this is not a ban, but a measure to end its ownership from the Chinese company ByteDance. This bill would give ByteDance 6 months to sell the app, which would force China to sever a company worth $150 billion. Students around campus have shared their thoughts on the topic. With more, here's Nate Robillard.
We've been here before, now here we are again. The wildly popular social media app TikTok is going through the House of Representatives who proposed a bill to ban it in the United States this week. So today we're going around campus asking students what they think about potentially banning TikTok. All right, so in standing with pretty much every week of the Robillard Report, we've run into an old friend, standing with the Cigar's own Brendan LaJoy right now.
How we doing?
Brendan, this week we're talking about the recent bill that went through the House of Representatives to potentially ban TikTok in the U.S. Hasn't happened yet. We've had this before, but now it's coming around again. So what are your general reactions to that?
It's happened 1,000 times. I'm feeling like it's not going to happen again. I know that it'll stay if the guy sells it, but he doesn't seem like he wants to sell it at all. I don't want to lose TikTok, but I have a crippling addiction, incredibly crippling addiction. I'd probably have better grades if TikTok does get banned, but why not? Seize that degrees, baby.
So say it does happen and TikTok disappears from your phone in 2 minutes. What would you do?
I just go to Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I just go to Instagram Reels. It's way more messed up than actual TikTok. So
no real
nothing will change in my life, but all these content creators are not going to have a platform anymore. They'll probably just all end up going to YouTube. But I mean, I don't feel that my data or life is in danger like all these people in the House of Representatives are acting like TikTok actually is. I don't feel in danger at all. So
all right, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
All right, so I'm here with, what's your name?
Seiwan.
And what's your name?
Issa.
All right, so as we said, a bill went through the House of Representatives earlier this week that is potentially going to ban TikTok. It's now going to the Senate, so we'll see how that progresses. But this type of thing has come up before, and now it's kind of circling again. So I was just wondering, getting some general reactions around campus today. So we can start over here.
I think it's unnecessary, and there's other problems that they need to take care of.
Like what?
Like everything that's going on in the world, you know? Like I feel like it shouldn't be something that takes their main focus right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I think they're a miserable sack of bones, and I think that TikTok should not be banned because, like my friend over here once said, there's bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
Free Palestine.
Yep.
Hello. A ceasefire. Please and thank you.
Anything else you guys want to say?
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for your time. Appreciate it. All right, sweet. So I'm here with, what's your name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine and
Lexi.
Lexi. All right, so pretty much a bill went through the House of Representatives this week that is looking to ban TikTok in the U.S. Hasn't gone through the Senate yet. This kind of thing has happened before, but it's coming around again, so we're just looking to get some general student reactions around campus today.
It's stupid.
Yeah. Any elaboration on that?
I just think it's stupid.
Me too. I feel like I find out most of my news from TikTok, so what am I going to do?
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying, it's not really the thing they think the government should be focusing on right now. I mean, any thoughts on that?
No, I agree. There's a lot bigger issues
Yeah.
than TikTok right now.
Yeah, I mean, anything specific?
Like everything.
TikTok should be their last concern, I feel like.
So there you have it. Instagram Reels across the board is where people will go, and not a whole lot of concern here at URI. So we'll see how this story develops. But thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Robillard Report.
Thanks, Nate. Later, we have a special look into a student rally that took place on Thursday before spring break, March 7th, where students organized in support of Palestine. But first, I'll send you off to Zach Petrick for this week's edition of the Rhody Sports Corner.
Welcome back to your Rhody Sports Corner. I'm Zachary Petrick. The baseball team returned home on Tuesday to take on UConn in a regional New England matchup. Nick Vanaco has the story.
The URI baseball team was shooting on all cylinders when they defeated the UConn Huskies last Tuesday 4-1 at Bilbeck Field. URI was able to contain the Huskies to 1 run the entire game thanks in big part to their pitching, with closer Kenny Heon striking out the final 3 batters in the bottom of the 9th to close the game out. UConn scored first with an RBI groundout in the top of the 4th, but in the bottom of the inning, Michael Anderson hit a home run and Nick Toro hit a sac fly to drive in DJ Perrin to take a 2-1 lead.
That one hit it to right field. Back it goes. Back at the wall.
Then, in the bottom of the 6th, Anthony DePino hit a 2-yard bomb to extend URI's lead to 4-1. DePino's home run would make it the 6th on his season and tie the team for most so far this season.
Thanks, Nick. Now let's take a look at some of our scores around campus. Softball fell in 2 out of 3 against Fordham. Tennis extended their win streak to 9 with a conference win over George Mason. And finally, baseball took on Northeastern in a midweek series before taking on Stonehill. That's all we have for this week's edition of the Rhody Sports Corner. For live updates across all URI athletics, be sure to follow us on social media at Cigar Sports. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Zach. Here's what you need to know going into this week. The Spring Career Expo will take place on Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the Ryan Center. Welcome to students of all majors searching for internship and job opportunities. Today, students will gather for mocktails and paint night in Atrium 1 of the Memorial Union at 5:30 p.m. All supplies will be provided for free. On Sunday at 10 a.m. in the Mackle Fieldhouse, our community is invited to dance in support of Hasbro's Children's Hospital for URI's Rhodyathon Dance Marathon, offering a full day of fundraising, events, food, and more. On the weekend of March 7th, notices went out on social media for students to print out flyers and meet in front of the Union in an act of advocacy to support Palestine and demand a ceasefire. QR codes were provided on the post that linked to the document for the flyers. On the morning of March 5th, students organized in front of the Union to disperse these flyers in every bathroom on campus. These read, "Show up for Palestine, Thursday, March 7th, wear red." These were also found distributed in some campus hallways as well. Subsequently, students gathered on Thursday on the quad, where they chanted for about 30 minutes before relocating. The rally was cut short, dispersing from the quad around 11:30 a.m., despite the flyer's statement that it was going to run until noon. Next up, I'll send you off to join Hannah Sash on a trip to the Emporium to try Thai food for this week's Ocean State Eats.
Today, we're going to be trying Simply Thai, located in the Emporium. Let's go. Hi, can I please get a pad see ew with tofu? So the food arrived, and first we have the pad see ew. Let's give it a taste. Something about this restaurant is that the prices are a little high, but the portions are really big, so it does kind of make up for it. So for the pricing, I think I'd rate it like a 7 out of 10 because it's still reasonable compared to other Thai places, but it is a little bit on the pricier side. Something about this place that I like is that they have a fill your own water station, so whenever you need more water, you can get it yourself. Something I like to do, especially when I'm here, is add their chili oil to my food. I would rate the chili oil about a 9 out of 10 because it's really spicy, but it's just the perfect amount. So overall, I would rate Simply Thai a 9 out of 10 because although the food is really good, the prices are a little high, but the portions do make up for it. So 9 out of 10 for Simply Thai in the Emporium.
Thank you, Hannah. Last up on the show for today, I'll send you off to Aiden Cahill for this week's installment of Aiden on Location.
I've made a point on this show to check out some of the most historic places in all of Rhode Island. Sometimes, though, a spot seems really cool, but I can't figure out a way to make a full episode out of it. So today, we're checking out a few of those spots. So welcome to Aiden on Location in Narragansett. Let's begin in Galilee, a small fishing community in the south of Narragansett, owed in large part to Janess Pinkham, a former landowner here, who petitioned the state and federal government for money for docks and an expansion of the fishing industry here. Trade with Block Island moved here from Newport, and the Block Island ferry soon followed. Being in Rhode Island, we had to make a stop at Point Judith Lighthouse. This 51-foot tower was originally built in 1857 and has been active since. There's been Coast Guard presence at Point Judith, though, since 1810, when the first lighthouse on the site was built. Even though the weather interrupted the other day, I still have one more location I'd like to show you here in Narragansett. I'm here at Black Point Trail on my way to Windswept, an abandoned mansion just north of Scarborough State Beach. I check out a lot of places like this on this series, so I'll keep it brief. Black Point has a few miles of beautiful trails and it's definitely worth the visit. On to Windswept, though. If you've ever been to Scarborough Beach before, you may recognize these ruins. This is Windswept Manor. Originally built by the prominent Davis family, it was lived in until the 40s, until it became a restaurant called Cobb's on the Sea, according to a Rhode Island Monthly article. Windswept was eventually abandoned in the 50s, before burning 3 times and eventually being demolished fully in 1974. As the sun sets on another adventure on location here, I want to point something out about these historic sites. They're fragile. This one in particular has burned down multiple times because of vandalism. We want to leave these sites how we found them. That way future generations can explore them just the way that we are getting to do today. That's it for me. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Aiden. That's all we have for you this week, and make sure to check us out online at roadiecigar.com and follow us on Instagram at roadiecigar. Reporting from Kingston, I'm Lauren Drapo, and as always, have a great week, Roadie.